God, that's funny.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on a very busy Friday night. A lot to get to, including new reporting from the Wall Street Journal.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time to get ready to get up in your world. Volcano Underground Radio, the livest underground radio show that you will ever find, broadcasting on the internet, coming at you directly from YouTube Live. That is correct, y'all. YouTube Live. Make sure you hit the subscribe and make sure you hit the button to like and share this with all of the folks. It is Saturday morning. We are the replacement for your Saturday morning cartoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rumble. Kicking it live straight from the heart of Detroit, you have Volcano Underground Radio. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Volcano, coming from the Central Media Studios. Look up, it's a fire burning way up in the mountain high. Look up in the steam, smoke, or ashes when the crater starts to blow and the lava starts to flow. Then you will surely know it is a volcano. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. There you go. We can see us right there on the screens. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I am your boy Volcano, sitting here in the studio with your boy John. And also sitting here with your boy Skid.
Yeah, what up, dog?
Oh, you loud than a motherfucker. Okay, so.
If only there had someone in charge of the volume.
Yeah, exactly. If only. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show. I want to thank y'all for being tuned in right now. Make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And feel free to watch some more of the videos and things that we have coming up right here on this page. Also, make sure that you keep up with us. Next week, Volcano and the New Radio Standard, along with Cody Stage Fright and Oscar Goldman Overdrive, will be live at Three Blind Mice. So that means you're going to be seeing 2 hours of Volcano, and also another half hour with Oscar Goldman Overdrive. We played there last year. We turned it out. It was a great time. It was a whole lot of fun, and we look forward to doing it again. Albums will be on deck.
What township is Three Blind Mice?
It's actually in Mount Clemens, Michigan.
What mile are we looking at?
You're looking at approximately 17 in Gratiot.
17 miles?
Yeah.
Ain't too far though.
It's not bad. Come on.
It's one spot y'all was like 23 miles or some shit.
Yeah, that was diesel. That's far than a motherfucker. We not
as far.
City of Michigan.
Yeah, the city of Michigan. Hey, hold on. Before I say this, we just got finished watching this one video, and we gonna start off a little something like this. I have friends of all different, cultures, creeds, and races, and all the rest of this stuff, and I am not racist whatsoever. And what I'm saying is not about to be racist at all. But I will say this much. Yeah, you can turn the volume down. Like
volume buzz on the side of your phone.
Oh, right.
I'm just putting the link out there.
He's navigating everything but that. So, I just need for my Caucasian cohorts and friends to properly pronounce Rakim's name. Okay, I've heard it pronounced Rakim at least 4 times now.
Who?
Just randomly.
But oh god.
Just randomly.
Go ahead, man. I ain't even going. I'll let you.
No, it's not nothing to really work. I mean, it's just.
So had they asked you like you got some of that Rakim?
Right. Yeah. You should drive her. So I mean, it's just like I need some of the hipsters that have migrated to Detroit to get maps and know exactly where you're driving, because I'm tired of seeing them driving on the wrong side of the street or making the wrong turn or not knowing where the fuck they going. I'm pretty sure some of the locally grown spots and everything have been here long enough for you to be able to navigate the city on your Diddy bikes or whatever.
You don't have Google Maps?
Yeah, they should, but
everybody should.
Dog, you don't know how many times I have seen people on Grand Boulevard, and for those that don't know, it travels east and west, and there's a big island in the middle of it. Traffic going one way is on one side of the island. traffic going the other way is on the other side of the island. And I have seen people going in the opposite direction on the wrong side because they didn't know how to navigate the streets of Detroit.
Now let me drive on the wrong side of the street.
Your ass getting shot.
4 cop cars.
I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a hashtag.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure my mama get paid. That's all.
Justice for John.
Don't march for me. Just get my mama a dope lawyer so she could get paid. That's all.
Justice for John. That's what it will be. And then they'll be out here talking about the same shit. But
Hey, if
yeah.
you don't know who Rakim is, but I know who Ed Sheeran is.
No, it's not
You gotta
about.
kill
It's not
yourself.
about knowing who they are. It's just the pronunciation of the name.
If you know who Rakim is, you know his name is Rakim.
Yeah.
This your driver.
Mama named Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
I'm gonna call him Clay. That's no shot. It's no shot. It's no diss. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not from him. From me, it is. If you call Rakim, it's a diss. I'm dissing you. John is. Hey, it's your driver.
It's your driver.
I'm not nice like him.
So,
Fuck y'all. Rakim, Eric B, Chuck D, KRS1, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everybody. Okay, good.
yes.
Rocky.
Did you peep the shit I sent you about the Red Man video? I mean, the Red
I
Man.
ain't watch it yet.
So it's like a little Easter egg, and it's not a major thing, but the sketch he had used the streets is watching it. So it was a sketch that he had on one of his albums. I think it was Malpractice. It was like a two-way scene where he was, somebody kept sending messages on his two-way like, I'm going to kill you. You're going to die. But the ringtone is the music from Jay-Z's Streets is Watching. Which I went back, and it's amazing to see. I went back and I dug up the song that was taken from. I didn't know that was the same song that Dre took the music for How My Name Is.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's been used a couple times because it switches in the middle. That song switches. Oh shit, my bad. That song switches up in the middle.
it switches up in the middle. So it goes from
So both samples came from the same.
both samples came from the same track.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the middle of the song, it breaks down and switches over to that. Which is, I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. And I tell this to my band, and like the reason we haven't blown yet, or the reason a lot of people haven't blown yet, you probably haven't stolen the right song yet. If you look at a lot
Stolen
of
or sample?
stolen, sampled, however you want to label it, you probably have not used the original song yet. It's almost like the rite of passage into it is sampling somebody else's shit.
That's not necessarily true.
It's not necessarily true, but look at a gang of the original, like, okay, How My Name Is, sample.
But you think that blew because of the beat, or is because it was Eminem?
because of the beat?
It had nothing to do with the beat.
It was different. How My Name was different.
It was just.
I think the beat is the
Actually,
driving
I didn't
force.
even like that. You was the one who started. Like
right. I didn't like that song, but it blew because
it grew on you.
it was.
It grew on you.
Hi kids, you like violence? That's
Well,
what made that song blow.
So let's
beat
put it
was
like that.
catchy. Beat
That
was catchy.
one in particular, yes. Okay, stretch money, take money to make money. Is that because of Stretch, or is that because of is
That
Frankie
song
Beverly
didn't
and
blow
Mel?
up though. It blew up.
I mean,
here.
it's here. Like,
So that don't count.
Okay, the Missy track wasn't that a sample?
Which
I
one?
I can't say
That was a
Rain.
sample and Peoples, but that's
Yeah, but
but
it
the
was
song
just-
she sampled was not a hit record. Nobody knew
Now,
that record.
no, just like the Eminem song was not a hit record. You see what I'm saying? Nobody really knew.
What I'm saying is like when the Missy came out, she was different. That's what blew her up.
I'm just thinking like
When
people
M
who
came out, he was different.
just people who build original type of tracks.
I've always said when you really blow up out of nowhere, if you use a sample, it all depends on.
So you must be
What's your-
specifically talking about rappers then.
I'm
But
specifically
even if
talking.
you talk
Well,
about
not even just that. I'm not specifically just talking about rappers, because you gotta look at a lot of like blow up songs for like the Fugees was "Killing Me Softly" remake, or
But they was big before that. Now that took them diamond.
Yes.
But they were big. They were big before that though.
But they wasn't where they was at before that came out.
That's true.
right.
But it wasn't just the beat though. It was the fact that they
okay, so let me hone what I'm saying.
Because I think what we hearing is if you get the right sample, you take off.
Okay, how many artists have taken off with completely original music? Like there's nothing to sample. There's it's just you came out of nowhere. All your shit was original from beat to lyrical lyrics.
Oh, that was original.
Yeah.
How was original?
Yeah.
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott, original. Badu.
D'Angelo.
Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick. Who else? Game didn't have any samples, like heavy samples when he first came out.
What was his blow up track? What?
How We Do with 50? That's not a sample.
Okay.
Snoop's first big record was Deep Cover with Dr. Dre. That's not a sample.
No, I think that is a sample.
I think that
Deep Cover is not a sample.
I think that is. I think
Nothing but a G thing is a sample. Deep Cover is not a sample.
I think so.
Well, the point I'm trying to get to is you get a lot of artists and musicians who, in some way, shape, or form, like to get over that particular hump, like you might start off with a buzz or start off with a name, but to get over that, once you take hold to, another sample that's relative.
The Undisputed Truth. That is a sample. I thought it was.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but if you want to say that specific to rappers, then I agree with you. But there are rock and roll acts that don't. Hip hop is a sample heavy genre. Is.
Yeah.
So if you want to limit that to rappers, then I agree with you. But outside of rap, no.
I don't know outside of rap really like that. I don't really know it. That's the only.
I mean, because if that's
you're
talking about
really do samples heavy.
You talking about the big people like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, Madonna. They never sampled anything.
No.
It was just music. But hip hop is sample heavy. So yeah, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a rapper who didn't use samples.
I just think it goes back into that what we was talking about last week. Is the song a hit or if it's marketed?
Right.
In the same way.
But there are also songs that are sampled that are trash that don't blow.
True.
So it's I don't think the sample.
There are songs that are trash that do blow, and you sit there start wondering like why.
But it ain't
did this
the
blow
sample.
up?
That's the record label because that goes back to what we talked about last week, like he said.
So have you seen this chick Doja Cat?
No. I think I've seen the name. I don't heard any music though.
She's got it's a chick. And she's got a song called "Bitch I'm a Cow."
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You saw it. Now.
Yeah. I don't know why that's blowing up. I have no idea.
At first, I'm like, I don't know why this is blowing up.
Have you listened to it?
Yes, I've listened to it.
Have you listened to the whole song?
No.
I can't get.
I know the song exists, but I've never heard it.
Yeah. So basically,
she does say "Moo, bitch, I'm a cow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the chick actually has decent music. She decided to go trolling and make this song, just acting a fool, and this shit just took off out of nowhere. Like, bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. I don't say.
Like, a lot of artists, they'll go out and put some shit out. Like you were saying with, was it De La Soul?
Yeah.
They'll go and put their heart into some shit, and it be like, this is, I love this. And then the shit that they don't think is gonna blow. Like, the M track. He was just fucking around and, put something out, and it was like, we're going to use this.
Right.
And there it is. So he was saying, I can't go back and remake that because I didn't look to put that as like.
She like, I ain't in the mood because I'm too smooth. I mean, in the context of what she's saying, it kind of makes sense. That's the only, when I first heard it, I'm looking like, take yourself out of like, snob mode and just listen to just like the Cardi B shit. At first I was like, yeah, I ain't floating with this Cardi B until I listened to it and related this shit to myself, and I'm kind of like, all right, I get it.
That's two different songs though.
I know.
Like, she's literally saying I'm a cow. She's dressed up in a cow suit.
Correct.
I don't know anything about this song, so I have no.
I only seen like bits and pieces, but that's all she does. Every time I see it. She's saying I'm a cow.
I think as far as back to your original theme, which is why telling your band why y'all haven't blown. I just think that blowing,
I was just throwing it. I was just throwing it out to him. Like,
I'm just saying, like, popular music, for the most part, is determined by corporations. So businesses, CEOs decide what music is going to be popular and what's not. I don't, but like Skid said, there are some artists who cross over into pop that are true artists. And what happens is they'll make an album that they love, turn it in, and the label will tell them, I need a single. That happens a lot for true artists. Right. Typically artists that write their own material and, express themselves on their own. So they'll go in the studio, fuck around and make some bullshit, and it'll blow up. But that'll be one song, just to satisfy the label.
That ain't just with music. That's with, like, just everyday shit. Like, you go in and fuck around with some shit and blow up. Like the Ninja Turtle shit. Not that, like, in the same instance, they wasn't trying to make that. They were just sitting around drunk one night, do some turtles.
What, the show?
Yeah, so, like, the backstory behind it was two guys that was down on their luck. They was sitting at home chilling. They was drinking. And they said it was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And they was just fucking around. They drew some turtles and put the little things around their eyes. And was like, And the next thing you know, it blew up. The dude with the super soakers, he didn't have no money to buy his kid an actual water gun. So we put 2 liters and hooked them up and just had the idea to use this, and boom. Like, sometimes it's not you don't go in with the plan of this gonna blow up. It just be some simple shit.
Did y'all know, because you said Ninja Turtles, it reminded me of this. Michael Jackson did the music for the first Sonic the Hedgehog.
What?
No, I had no clue.
The first Sonic the Hedgehog game, the music, Michael Jackson did that music.
I had no
idea. So
what, as in produced it? Like,
produced it, yeah. So this is how I found out. So I was listening to the song "Stranger in Moscow," and I looked up. Yeah, it is. Fire. So I looked up the lyrics. I went on Genius, looked up the lyrics. The beat. It's strange saying beat for a Michael Jackson song, but the music for the song is actually music that he had planned for another Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Really?
But what happened was he caught the charges. This is when he first caught the child molestation charges, and the video game people dropped him
for the second song.
For the second game.
Okay.
For the second Sonic the Hedgehog game. And so, but he already had the music ready to send to them for the game. So he took one of the tracks that he was going to send to them for that game, flipped it backwards. And that's the music for Stranger in Moscow. And the song is about the fact that he was overseas in Russia doing a tour when he caught the charges. And that's why he wrote that song. Because he felt so alone, he had caught them child molestation charges while he was on tour in Russia and wouldn't nobody fuck with him. And so he felt like a stranger in Moscow, and that's where the song came about.
And this is something that they recently have released.
Well, I don't know, but it's on. If you go on or you go on Genius and you pull up the lyrics to "Stranger in Moscow," they break it all down. That's how I found out about it.
Huh. So Michael Jackson made the music for the first Sonic the Hedgehog. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
I didn't either.
I had no clue like that.
See, there's a lot of behind the scenes work and stuff that happens like that. Like R. Kelly wrote a ton of songs for like people all over the place, just like Maxwell.
Well, that's just like Pusha T said. Pusha T wrote the jingle for McDonald's. I'm loving it.
What?
For real?
That da-da-da-da-da, I'm loving it. Pusha T wrote that.
Wait, so wait a minute. Wait.
He wrote that jingle for McDonald's.
It wasn't like a full. So he Pusha like hit him up. He's like, "Hey, McDonald's, Ronald,
yeah." How long was they had?
Check this out.
How long was they had that jingle?
It's been a minute.
They had that for a while.
This
how
was
much
around,
money? Okay, so how much has he made off of that? Because they play that.
So he said.
So
this he did Drink Chaps with Nori, and he talked about it. But he said that he signed a bad deal, so he only got paid one time for it.
Yeah, okay. So he got the same deal as the chick from Maybach Music that came up with that shit.
He also said that Niggas in Paris beat. They offered it to him first, and he turned it down. Kanye offered him that beat first, and he said he didn't want it.
I kind of wonder what that would have sounded like if Push would have did it.
It wouldn't have been Niggas in Paris.
Might have been better. I think about it. You ever heard, like, I haven't really
Niggas in Paris slap.
It does, but think about it. You can't go back and find nothing that Push has done that be like, that verse was trash.
No, you can't.
Like, he hasn't had no bad features.
You got to listen to the song he did on Swizz Beatz' new album.
I don't like Swizz album, though.
I can't stand Swizz.
I heard the
listen
track.
to it?
It's I like that.
Swizz, if you out there listening, I never really enjoyed you as a producer.
I went straight. Yo, his beats is cold, though.
I never really liked him.
The Nas, so it's 3 songs on there I listen to. The Nas song, Echo, the Pusha T song, and then Styles.
And that's just my opinion.
Styles and Jadakiss got a song with Kendrick on the hook. I listened to those 3 songs.
Through that, I didn't. The rest of that shit was trash to me.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you don't like, I don't like Wayne. I don't like Young Thug. The Jim Jones song, Jim Jones can't rap to me, so it's like. But the songs with rappers on it are dope to me.
Swizz has dope beats.
Well, okay.
But it's a selection of who gets on there that I can't fuck
No,
with.
to me it's
Rough Riders.
To me it's some of the
Rough
sounds.
Riders dope.
To me it's some of the sounds that he used. The sounds sound like
but that's what makes
kind of video. I understand that. So it's kind of video game-ish type of sounds, which to some might be great, but to me it's kind of like I can do without it. Like, it's the beat, the production of it, the layout of it can be cold. It's just his sound selection to compose his beats just kind of like
when him
makes
and
my skin crawl.
Timberland did that little beat battle, they was putting samples of what they was doing back and forth.
Yeah,
the was cold.
I'm
cold.
Now the one he did with Just Blaze was. See, the one he did with Timberland, that was at Summer Jam. Mm-hmm. But the one he did with did you see the one he did with Just Blaze?
I don't.
The beat battle.
Yeah, the beat battle with Just Blaze.
It's like 3 hours long. You gotta watch that.
I watched a good amount of that
one. That's the one. I watched that. I've watched that about 5 times. That one is dope. Him and Just Blaze going back and forth. That's cold.
Now, I do want to say that I'm trying to see more of the artists using, like, especially rap artists. On track, they use just the track. But when it comes down to live performance, they're using full band. I'm excited to see some of those. Now, I don't know if y'all watched it. I might have showed it to you, but it was that Beats Music concert that I shared that with you. I don't know if you watched this, kids. But it was basically, what was all the artists from the playlist? Right? Yeah, it was a playlist from like 1995. It was a 90s playlist.
It was,
and they had like Cube, Busta, Bone Thugs,
Puff,
Mace,
M,
Nas, Ghetto Boys,
Souls of
Mischief. All of these guys like on this one show. Eminem, Dre, all of them. Pharcyde was on. That's the ones I'm thinking of. And they all are on the same show. It's like an hour-long show, but it's all using live instruments.
They all do like one.
They
song,
do one
right?
song a piece.
Yeah.
I think the only ones that did like 2 songs was like Puffy and Mace, or like I think Nas did 2.
And M and Dre did.
Did a couple songs.
I kind of like when the artists do use the live music because it makes it different from what I've already heard.
And DJ Jazzy Jeff was the DJ, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, the guy that was what was my man that was hosting? Fat Five Freddy hosted it.
Right, but Jazzy Jeff was DJing.
I did not see him DJing.
Yeah, Jazzy Jeff was there too.
Okay.
So because they had the band and the DJ, and Jazzy Jeff was the DJ with the house.
I didn't see him with the DJ, but that was cold. But they had all live music, and I mean the shit was incredible. And seeing that and seeing certain folks, it's kind of exciting to actually see that, because once you get that, once you have that element added onto the music, especially on the rap side of it.
A lot of people have always argued that rappers should actually use live bands.
They should,
instead of using just the beat playing.
Because the reason, and seeing it from multiple sides, the reason a lot of other cultures might not accept Originally, they accepted it now. But originally, a lot of reason why some of it wasn't accepted to it. One, because it was talking about the hood, but at the same time, it wasn't using any like real deal instruments. You got to look at, you had rock music that was out here, like funk, jazz, Clinton, and all the rest of these guys that played live shit where it had a bunch of motherfuckers on stage just to play this music. And then you have this guy that comes out of nowhere taking a record and scratching the shit up. Or, you know, putting in a CD and just playing over the top of it, you rapping it. But where's your band?
Hating though, ain't it?
It kind of is.
Because to me, if the music, if it sounds good, who gives a fuck how it was made?
It's the difference on the appreciation. It's kind of hating. It's people being snobs about it, but it's the difference on the appreciation of the music. Back in the day
when you didn't have
versus
just cutting on the beat, you know, on the record, I could get it. But now that we have, you know, you can actually make that same beat on stage with a band. It just brings the song out more. To me,
it does in many ways.
At least for some songs. I'm not saying that.
Well, I get that as far as a live performance, it makes for a better live show. I'm speaking more so of
the creation,
the appreciation or not appreciating the music aspect of it.
Well, I'm not saying not to appreciate it.
Well, no, but I'm going off what he said of how you know there was a time when you know certain people didn't respect rap as a genre of music. You know what I'm saying? To where they was like, oh, because...
Well, they did. I don't think they did that because a lot of people... The argument I've heard is, it's not music if all you're doing is getting up there and just spinning the record. You know, people look at it like that. There are certain people that look at it like, if you can't do the live music on stage, then it's like, what are you doing?
But
you know what I'm
saying? But the thing is about hip-hop, it's not about just scratching records. Like
no, it's not.
They're scratching certain parts, so you gotta find that, you know what I'm saying, find that bridge and or that you know that 5 to 10 seconds, you know what I'm saying, find that the hot part of the record, and just cut on that, rap on beats of that one specific part.
But I think it's more so people that don't listen to hip hop.
But see, which is why
they don't know. They say it coming from ignorance.
It's not hip hop.
It's not hip hop. And which is why it was one, like even me like DJing and everything. I think that there's a section of people that don't appreciate the artistry of being a DJ.
Well, yeah, that's what
you see what I'm saying, and that's what is what fuels the hip hop side of. So all the tricks of the trade and everything, that shit don't matter. Just play the fucking hit. Like it can fade in and out. They don't care. But we go to the club. We need to hear it scratched in and cut in and mixed to the. You gotta have that shit spot. And then, whether it's R&B or jazz or funk or whatever.
Well, think about a producer. We talked about the Hi My Name Is. So Dr. Dre has to have the ear
to hear and find that.
To that whole. You listen to that song, so he has to have the ear to listen to that whole record and say, okay, I'm only gonna take that part. Right. So he only took maybe 20 to 30 seconds of that song. You know what I'm saying, and turned it into something completely different. That takes talent. You know what I'm saying? Now, as opposed to what Puffy used to do, which was Puffy would just take the song. He wouldn't even chop the motherfucker up.
He wouldn't chop it up.
He would just take the whole, like Juicy, you know, he just
very well. He took the whole song.
He took the whole song and Biggie rapped over it. Now, to me, what makes Juicy is Biggie's voice.
Yeah.
And the way he comes in, it was all a drink. You know what I'm saying? So Biggie paints a picture. You know, that's why him and like Slick Rick are the best storytellers.
Right.
Because when they rap, like you can like see it. You know what he's saying. He's painting a picture for you. But when Puffy sampled, he just took the whole record. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like Kanye, even back when Kanye was Kanye. When he sampled, he would, you take just little pieces. Or like even with Tribe Called Quest, they would take obscure jazz records that, they don't even sell anymore and just take little bits and pieces.
And comprise them together.
They'll have a song with like 5 different samples on it.
Yeah.
And it'll be all jazz records. Like that takes talent.
Right. Now I've done that on some occasion. Like I took one which was like Jaws and mix it with The Exorcist, who like to make 2 different movies. Take 2 different movie samples and bam, there you have it. Just like what was the other one I did? I got 5 on it and mixed it with She Keeps On Passing Me By. Now I wasn't sampling, I was replaying the song. So while you get the dun, dun, I don't even want to give it away, but it was those two elements that was mixed together, and I mean the track did well. Right. The track did actually good when it was actually put out there. So it is a talent in multiple ways to be able to see that and hear that. But what I'm saying is, some folks won't appreciate it for that aspect of it because it wasn't something that came out of nothing. It was, you didn't take a blank canvas and fill it up with something of your own. You took a piece from here and a piece from here and slapped it together, and now you got it. That's the way some folks might look at it.
And I think that's, like I said, I think that's, a lot of people gonna look at it the fact because it's not, you got like live bands, rock bands, and everybody else. You hear their music no matter what. When they go on stage do all this, you hear all that. You know what I'm saying? It was a time when rap was just, you really had your artist, your DJ, and that was it. So a lot of people looked at it from, they want to be snobs about it, like, what are they bringing to the stage besides just somebody spinning and you rapping over it? That's what you do in the studio. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it still takes a ear, because not everybody can just get on stage and spin this track for the artist. You know what I'm saying? Right. If they want to run it back, you mixing it, whatever. That takes a certain level of skill. But for those who just want to hear the drummers, the
and some people get the euphoria behind just that. Like, oh my God, this is like, some people go and watch bands and like really look forward to seeing just the basses, or they look forward to seeing the guitars. Whatever your interest and everything drives you to, but you have the ability to see all those things.
But see,
in a live setting.
So here's an issue that I have. And I agree that those people exist. But the main people that are complaining, I've seen the Roots 3 times in concert. They never sell out. Never. There's always mad empty seats at a Roots concert. Where the fuck are all these purists at? What I'm saying is they're complaining. Okay, but when there's a chance to see a dope live band, they don't show up.
Well, I think the issue with the Roots is I don't know where this falls in, but I think the Roots is a dope as a group. You know what I'm saying? But be honest, the Roots, unless you follow hip hop, they not really put up there like some of the other hip hop artists. Like,
but they should be though.
I think the Roots tread a fine line in between the two. So those who are purists and appreciative of live instrumentation will follow. But guess what? Some of them people don't follow rap. Yeah. So therefore they won't latch on. Just like a lot of those that really latch on and like rap won't latch on to the live instrumentation part of it. They think it's rock now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they are in the middle of this divide between good and evil, and not everybody is going to ride that thin line in between. They want to be either here or there, and that's it.
The Roots remind me of Run the Jewels. I think they're a dope group. Mm-hmm. But there's a fine line of people that know who they are. If you mention Run the Jewels, you may know them outside of here. If you mention them, somebody be like, who is that? They don't know. So when you mention the Roots, they dope. They got live instrumentation. But how many people who really... Okay, if you don't follow music, how do you really know who they are? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Versus a Drake, a Wayne, J. Cole. Them names are out there. You know what I'm saying? So when you mention them, it's like, oh. But you mention the Roots, and it's like... And a lot of people don't even know Questlove is in the group.
No, I'm going to let you go ahead and say something, because what I got to say is completely off.
I agree with you up until maybe 6-7 years ago, simply because the Roots are on Fallon now. So they're on TV every night.
Yeah, exactly.
But, okay, but then that goes to the thing,
you can't say you don't know. Everybody knows
who he is.
But here's the thing. So when you case, so that's a good point. How many people that follow hip-hop watch Fallon?
Everybody watches Fallon.
No. A lot of people
see, the Roots ain't the party music makers.
No, but even
they
still, even if you go to Fallon, they're not Jimmy Fallon.
But see, the thing is,
they see them.
But when you say that, now we splitting hairs, because the first thing was, okay, we want to see live. We want to see live bands with rap artists. and then I give you one. And then it's another thing. Well, they don't really.
Well, see, that's
and then it's like, well, right. I don't. So to me,
and see, that's like the breakdown between. Well, I mean, this one's technically great, but I mean, his beats ain't great, so that way he's not the greatest. You see, it's always getting. Everything gets micromanaged down into these smaller categories until you might as well be like, fuck it, why am I even
But that's
here?
just, that's just like anything. You can give somebody something for an argument and they still gonna find, well, this ain't this. Then you break it, well, here go this. Well, this ain't this. That's forever going to be an argument.
My thing is when it comes to music, then, because you're right. Both y'all are right. You can come up with an argument for anything. You can micromanage anything down to the smallest, minute thing. For music, I've got to a point where I like what I like. I listen to what I want to listen to. If it's trash, I don't give it any energy. You know what I'm saying? So... You know, if you want to see good music, go see good music. Go support who you want to support and just leave it at that. Because you can have a favorite and somebody be like, but I don't like this.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
I think there's certain aspects about each artist group, band, or whatever. Now, what I was going to say I said what I was saying about the Roots. They're not the party goers. They do play live instrumentation and it's rap. So it's like in so many different ways. I think what's misconstrued is people's idea of what rap should sound like. And here's what I'm going to say to support my claim. Run the Jewels. You just mentioned them. I think Run the Jewels has dope beats. I think Run the Jewels has dope lyrics. But they do not sound good to me because they rap properly. They pronounce and enunciate the words properly. There's no slang or color to it whatsoever. So that is a turnoff to me because it's almost like Hawaiian pizza. I want salty. Or I want this particular flavor, and you threw pineapple on it. No. Listen,
completely lost on that.
You threw pineapple on it, so my mind is set. No. My mind is set on what I'm used to. Now you're giving me something that I'm not, and something that I'm not. Just like Hamilton. Hamilton is a very, very well produced, well written play that is rap with live instruments and all the rest of this shit, but they pronounce everything so properly that it's nasty for me to hear it.
That's not true, because Tupac pronounced everything right, but he sold. He was known.
Tupac had a slang to it though. See,
you could actually, like my mom used to listen to Tupac. She said you can hear his pronunciation.
You can hear.
Skiz is right. See, but here's the thing. Skiz is right. It's about delivery. But the delivery, you can pronounce your words and still deliver it in a hot way.
Pac had a cadence.
Pac was a poet. That's,
exactly.
So his poet
heard
style.
Him when he said motherfucker, you heard motherfucker clear as day.
Chuck D is another example. Chuck pronounced all of his shit perfectly. But because how he delivered the perfect English, Run the Jewels, I think you're referring more to LP than more so than Killer Mike. Killer Mike talks mad slang.
Yeah.
But LP, when he raps, it sounds like he's reading it.
Yeah,
like
off of the page. Yeah, maybe I should say it like that. It sounds so robotic.
But then also,
he doesn't ride the beat well.
But then also the thing with them is, like with the Roots. Okay, so like I go back to the Drake shit. Roots is dope. But what hits do they have that's just screaming out there?
Right.
Unless you follow
unless you go back to the one from Next Movement or the one with Badu.
So unless you follow hip hop, you don't know too much about the Roots. It's like you know somebody that knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? Run the Jewels. They dope.
Well, no, they have a select audience.
Right. Yeah. Just that they have like an inner movement of people. Okay, like Mac Miller when he was around, he had tons of fans, right? I can't find no Mac Miller fans. I don't know if you can or you can.
No,
I fuck with Mac Miller.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying there's somewhere.
He's not mainstream.
Yeah, he's mainstream, but it's like he's hidden. He's like in between. Like here's mainstream.
No, he has. That's what you call a cult following. He has like a cult following.
So it's like with Roots,
and so do
Roots
the Roots
have like a cult following. You don't just hear the Roots on the radio all day.
But I brought up the Roots because of the band.
No, I'm saying because I don't want it's a great argument. Yeah,
to me, a nigga to say for somebody to say I want to hear a rap rapper with a live band, and then you don't go see the Roots, so I'm looking at you funny. Like,
yeah,
this is literally what you're asking
for. What you probably gonna say is you probably gonna tell them, "Here's the Roots." They first
but
say,
then you get down to the underlying fact of what they really trying to say is, I don't like it.
I don't fuck with them.
I mean, and that's
basically it.
But see, and so then my whole thing is just say that.
Yeah,
just say that.
Just say that.
Just say you don't like rap music.
But
you know
see, they're gonna say that. Like,
and there's a lot of folks that have told me like, and have told Jim like even back during the Cody days like I want to come and fuck with y'all, but I don't fuck with rap. So basically, somebody is out there saying like I want to come see y'all, but since y'all got that nigga on the stage, I'm good.
But that's their prerogative. My dad hates rap. He don't like rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like what that's like I said before. Like what you want to like. Be upfront. If you don't like rap, just say I don't like rap. You don't have to like rap. I don't like country music. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like you don't have to like everything. Is fire, though. I don't even know what that is.
Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup.
The Red Solo Cup. The video was really shot. He's making a song about a Red Solo Cup. He's at a party.
It's a country song?
Yeah, that's the only country song I can fuck with. And the video, it's just him at his party.
I don't know. Chris Stapleton kind of dope.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. Yeah,
Tennessee Whiskey? That shit, yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, that shit dope.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, that's when he with his other friend.
But see,
it's a cuffy song.
But see, you said that like we should have known who he was. And that's the same way when you mention the Roots or Run the Jewels, people are like, who? But it's a prime example.
Chris Stapleton is a popular guy, but at the I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Man,
I'm not.
You tight. Your chest a little tight.
No, I'm not. I'm not mad at all.
Your chest a little tight, man.
Oh, they about to work
Chris
me.
Stapleton.
But no, he's a popular.
Show you right.
He's a popular
we don't
artist.
Care.
We don't.
Okay, all right, cool.
Moving on.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna say it. Look up Tennessee Whiskey. The shit is dope. Let your girl hear it or something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Nah,
Never
we
happened.
won't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Kids get bullied and shoot up a school.
Oh, shit.
John, you had some shit that you wanted to bring up about this boxing.
Tennessee Whiskey.
Before I go there, I want to say happy 25th anniversary to Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers.
Damn, it's 25 years.
And Tribe Called Quest Midnight Marauders came out on the same day yesterday, November 9th.
Slap.
Hey, shout out to Tasha for giving us the
shout out to Skiz Queen.
Yes.
for the treats.
For the A1 Yola.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to the wife for the sandwich.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah, we kind of smashed all of them, so
Yeah.
few of them joints left.
Breakfast was mad real today. But yeah, so today is the 10th. So November 9th, 1993, Enter the Wu-Tang dropped and Tribe Called Quest Midnight Marauders dropped on the same
I got a question.
day.
I'm going to go against the grain with this.
Uh-huh.
Enter the Wu-Tang, right? Okay, that's a classic album.
What kind of bullshit you about to say?
Outside of that, what really has made Wu-Tang?
The second album is a classic as well.
Yeah,
Double
exactly.
album.
Yeah.
I didn't like that double album.
The W was actually pretty cool. It had a couple
to me, I was good after the second one. I didn't like nothing else group wise.
So
that they did.
That's what I'm
after
saying.
that.
So like a lot of stuff that's come out with Wu-Tang, like that Return album, I didn't like that joint.
The what album?
That album they had not too long ago.
Yeah, that's because they old.
But
that doesn't
solo.
matter.
But you got
Solo careers are great.
Okay.
Solo careers is cool.
Yeah,
I'm talking about them as
Ghostface.
a group.
Well, yeah, the first two albums and then that's it for me.
Ghostface solo, Raekwon is a solo and a feature.
Solo artists,
because
I get it.
I've seen Ray. I have seen more bodies of work come from Ray than I've seen any of them, and he's appeared.
Ray and Ghost have probably put out the most solo.
Yeah,
work.
probably have.
About Meth.
Because
not like
no.
Because I think Meth been doing movies and TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. So Raekwon has been doing a ton of features.
Was trash.
Raekwon has appeared on a lot of people's albums.
Yeah, I get it. As far as
he
individuals,
was on fucking Outkast on the Criminal.
Yeah, it's individually. I get it.
He was on the game,
dope, but I'm just talking
LAX.
about as a whole. When it's people, because sometimes people say Wu-Tang and it's like you can't say nothing wrong against as a collective.
You can.
And I'm like, nah, like some of that shit don't move me as a whole.
That I agree. But the first two albums are classic.
The first album's classic.
And go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I think what it is, what piggybacking off what he was saying, like people like Green and the rest of them can't stand guys like Ghostface. But if you like really listen to the shit that they saying,
talk to Green about that.
If you gotta really listen to and pay attention to the shit that they say.
Green a Tom Brady fan, so I just want to put that out there. Fuck Tom Brady.
He is. But they level of language when it comes down to rapping, Ghostface especially. I want to say like Ghostface, GZA, maybe RZA, like are on a totally different planet when it comes down to the way they rap and the way they say shit. It's so
my thing with RZA,
like hood poetic in a way that it's everything is metaphor.
His music, his tone,
like
it doesn't.
13 Purple, he just will make up a bunch of.
It sounds like he just left the dentist when he records.
That's crazy.
It do though.
Okay, but here's the thing about
it's kind of real though.
Here's the thing that Wu-Tang doesn't get credit for, in my opinion. Wu-Tang was the beginning of the resurgence of the East Coast, because when Enter 36 Chambers came out, this is a year after The Chronic, and this is like right in the beginning stages of the death row takeover for music, and nobody was really checking for East Coast artists at this point in time, because the West Coast was killing shit. Dr. Dre had that shit in the palm of his hand
because of the music.
And
not to cut you off, but you made a point not too long ago about Death Row. Suge really fucked that up.
Suge fucked Death Row.
They had shit on lock.
Yeah, you about to veer though.
Yeah, I was. I had to.
But no, but that's. I mean, because. So, but think about that. Think about what Suge had even before Pac got there. You know what I'm saying? He had Dogg Pound, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
He had everything.
They had the beats.
Nobody was fucking with East Coast music. And then out of Wu-Tang literally came out of nowhere.
They did.
When Cream dropped. Because, you know, I think they put out, there was a single out before Cream. But Cream was I want to say it was Protect Your Neck came out first. But Cream was the song that blew them up.
Yeah.
Cream got to Detroit. I was 12 when that shit came out. 93.
Hey, y'all seen this picture?
Nah, here goes the veer.
Tupac, Nas, Redman, all them?
Yeah. That's an old picture, yeah.
Okay.
I ain't never seen that.
There's a picture with Nas and Prodigy when not Nas. Tupac and Prodigy when Prodigy was a teenager. But that was back when Tupac was running through New York, you know what I'm saying? When him and Biggie was still cool before Biggie blew up. But so at the time, Death Row was running shit and Wu-Tang comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then after Wu-Tang, then Illmatic came out. Yeah, and then Ready to Die came out. But Wu-Tang was first.
So you might as well say Wu-Tang is what put the East Coast back.
Yes, it started the resurgence of the East Coast. It was Wu-Tang first. Then Ready to Die. A lot of people also don't realize that Ready to Die and Illmatic came out at the same time.
Did they?
Yes. Not on the same day, but like within a few months of each other.
Right.
But Juicy went to the moon. And so Nas was kind of like the roots in a sense at that particular time. So where you had to be a hip hop
took the mainstream
to fuck with Nas.
So Biggie took the mainstream and Nas took the underground.
And Nas took the underground. Nas didn't pop until the second album, If I Ruled the World with Lauren. Mm-hmm. That's when Nas took off.
School, I didn't find out about Nas because everybody else was bumping Nas. Like, and I was like, yo, who is this? And that's why I was like, oh, okay. And then I got to listening to him.
Yeah.
But that's a good
It wasn't until later that I even, it was only a few years ago that I successfully listened to all of Illmatic. Like when we went to that concert when he did, that probably was the first time that I actually went back and listened.
That's when he was just
to the entire
he went to the
Illmatic.
I know. But I wasn't.
You tried.
I was late. I was late to Illmatic too because I didn't start fucking with Nas until It Was Written came out. If I Ruled the World with Lauryn Hill, then I was like, oh, this shit hot. And then my cousin was like, no, listen to Illmatic. He's like, it's only 10 songs, but the shit is dope. Listen to Illmatic. Now listen to Illmatic.
Which one had Street Dreams on it?
That was, it was written.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I picked up on it. But, yeah, Wu-Tang led that resurgence. And then to Midnight Marauders, Tribe Called Quest, to me, is probably my favorite rap group of all time. I know Midnight Marauders by heart to this day, backwards and forwards. I had that shit on tape. As favorite, yes. I'm not saying they're better than Outkast, but I'm saying they're my favorite. Because, like, I was like, that was my Tribe Called Quest was my childhood.
So okay, you know what I'm saying? I've always asked this question. We came up when Outkast blew up, right? It was a different sound, all right. But over time, you know, all artists grow and they come up with a different sound. You know what I'm saying? With Outkast, if you flip it, right? Because usually you can take an artist and say, yo, he went from here to here to here, and the music is somewhat similar, but they've taken it to a new level as far as delivery, beats, whatever. To me, Outkast's whole style, the sound of it changed. So if you would have took Outkast's sound now and put that when they came up, would Outkast have blown up the way that they did?
Now?
Like the sound they have now, like the last album they put out, right? Say that was their first album, but they would still had the same blow up. Like usually you can take an artist.
Who did you say? I'm sorry.
Outkast.
So you talking about Speak About Love Below?
Is that the last?
That's the last album.
That's the last album they did. So if you put that out there first, yes, they blow.
No, not in 1994.
That's always been my question, because like the music you put out, like certain artists,
Andre cannot make Hey Ya in 1994.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So do they still blow?
No,
that's always been.
They had to grow into that.
Well, who does? Yeah, they did. Well, who does though?
Some artists, like you take some artists.
T.I. now, does he know? T.I. now is kind of
nobody wants to hear T.I. rap.
This last album with T.I.
This last album wasn't.
This last album is like I don't know what that shit is. I don't know what that shit is. He was feeling himself on that album.
He was high as hell when he was talking.
Yeah, I ain't like that. But like his last couple, what was it? I don't be knowing the album name. The Crown one, whatever it was.
King.
Huh?
No,
not King was dope. King was dope. Paper Trail.
Yeah.
That was dope. He would have blew off a Paper Trail. You know what I'm saying? Heavy as the Crown, as heavy as the dead, whatever.
Hey, I keep having to remind y'all that one of Jeezy's first records was Can You Smell These Rocks I'm Cooking? Can you smell these rocks I'm cooking, nigga? That was one of his first.
Jeezy's
Icy. I hated that song.
Jeezy's a good example. If you take the Jeezy that we've seen lately, he doesn't blow. That's a fact. Jeezy now, his last album or last
Can
two
you
albums,
smell these rocks I'm cooking?
The last two albums, he doesn't blow.
I don't think y'all feeling me.
His first album, classic. Second album, dope.
Yeah.
His first four was good.
Yeah, and then he just kind of. But that's usually a rapper's career. To me, it's like a running back. Like a running back in NFL usually has about 4 or 5 good strong years, and then after that it starts to tail off. And I feel like rappers, like if you can get 4 good albums out of a rapper, you're doing good. You know,
who's the last one? Who's the last one? I mean, only one I'm pointing at is Kendrick.
Dude, we veering hard, but fuck it, we here now.
Yeah.
If Kendrick Lamar puts out another classic album, that makes him 5 for 5. If he does that, you have to put him top 10 of all time.
Can you count?
Section 80 counts.
So okay, Section 80 counts.
Yes.
See, I don't think you can
Untitled does it.
Why can't you count Section 80?
Because Section 80.
I don't count the Untitled, but Section 80 is an album.
Why you don't count the Untitled?
Because it's like 5 songs. It's an EP.
Album,
no, it was an EP. They dropped it as an EP.
It dropped mainstream though.
But it was an EP. It's not an album. It's an EP. That's the whole point.
But then Section 80 didn't drop like that though.
Yes, it did. You just didn't know about it. Just because you didn't know.
Did. Nobody did though.
I did. So you can't say no one did. Thank you. Yeah, I heard the tree fall in the forest. It happened. So we Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn. That's 4 for 4. And one could say, if one is me, that they're all classics. This dude got 4 classics coming out the box. If he puts out another classic, you have to say he's top 10 ever.
Okay, so
ever.
So I'm gonna say
ever.
What about Game? Because Game got some classics.
Game doesn't have
Call
4.
him out.
I don't know that. I gotta look him up real quick.
He doesn't have 4.
Documentary is a classic.
Yeah.
That's about it.
LAX.
He has good albums.
LAX was good. LAX was
good, yes, but not classic.
I probably liked it over I probably listened to it more over documentary.
Game has 1 classic and a bunch of good albums.
Documentary was dope.
Yes.
Doctor's Advocate, y'all ain't like that?
Yes. I just said it's not a classic.
4. We're trying to get to 4 or 5 albums.
LAX.
Good.
The Red album, dope.
No, it's not.
No.
What?
No, it's not. I listened to 1 song on the Red album.
Jesus Peace was dope.
2 songs.
Jesus Peace was a compilation album.
Blood Moon, you ain't fuck with that either?
No.
Oh, y'all tripping.
Yep. Cut your phone off.
Yep.
The 1992, y'all ain't like that?
It was okay. Cut your phone off. Stop talking
looking.
to us.
Stop searching. Put it away.
You gonna go down with that shit, huh?
Yeah. He really trying.
Yeah, play the violin on the Titanic. But yeah, if Kendrick puts out a 5th classic album, he has to be considered top 10 of all time. Mm-hmm. How many classic albums does Marshall Mathers have?
2.
I want to hear him say it.
He gonna say all of them. I want to hear him say it.
I want to hear him say it.
Oh, let me go back and look at it.
Oh, you know all his shit by heart.
Every last one of them.
Don't do that.
Marshall Mathers, the other people's dope. Eminem show was dope.
Classics. How many classics does
That's
he
2
have?
right there.
That's it.
Recovery. That's a classic album. You can't say Recovery wasn't. Recovery was classic. And Kamikaze, that's 4.
Kamikaze is not a classic.
It's not a classic. It's good.
It's good. It ain't a classic.
What?
It's a classic, Skid.
You know what?
Yes.
You know why? You know why it's not a classic?
It's only 13 tracks.
Because of Stepping Stone and
That's dope.
all the sidebar songs and everything.
Stepping Stone is dope, though.
It's not.
Why?
It's not. I didn't like it.
The Greatest, you ain't fuck with Greatest? That's
Greatest
cold.
was the shit.
The
Greatest,
Lucky track was fire.
Lucky You, yeah.
Stepping Stone was dope. Not Alike, that's dope.
Not Alike is dope.
Kamikaze.
Yeah,
And Venom.
Yeah. Okay, Venom out of all of them is the lesser of the evils.
50%. That's over 50%.
Over 50% does not make an album classic.
Yo, nowadays, yeah.
No skips makes a classic.
You left out like the one
The
where
2
you talk
songs
about the
with
chicks.
the broad singing
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a classic.
So,
good.
No, they not. No, they not.
He gonna go down with that shit.
They were filler tracks.
Oh, he gonna go down with that shit.
Look, so before we call it kid gets beat up in the school.
If I'm a teacher and your kid square up on me, I'm gonna beat his ass. And I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna beat your ass. That's my topic.
That's it. That's the topic right there.
What Tupac saying in Juice when they was playing the video game? 1, if I lose, I'm gonna beat that ass. 2, if I lose, I'm gonna beat that ass.
So a kid.
Thanks for coming, folks.
Yeah. Shit, I guess we're gonna leave it at that then.
Unless y'all got something. You must got plans today. You cut it short again.
No. I was trying to get into the subject, but you was just like, and just left it.
But that don't mean
pretty much it though.
But that mean, yeah. I think we also kind of fucked up because we talked about it a whole lot off air too.
We
was
did
eating snacks and shit.
So yeah, while we was eating. So what
While
it
we
is,
was having brunch before the show started.
what it is a teacher gets into a fight with a student at school. Where was this at?
It was in California.
It's in California. Okay, in California, a kid gets his ass whooped by his teacher because the kid was constantly talking and spitting out racial slurs and everything to him and talking shit and getting in the teacher's face.
Kid didn't think the teacher
and
was
the
about that
teacher
action.
kept telling him, like, get back, little boy, back up.
Teacher
like,
wanted all
back
that
up.
smoke.
Get
Give me
away
all
from me.
that smoke.
Fire.
Like, stop. Like, I'm telling you to quit. And the boy would not quit. And then the little boy caught 2 pieces of the biscuit right in the face and got his ass knocked the fuck out. So,
yeah, he wasn't ready.
No, he
didn't
wasn't.
think that was gonna happen.
So
like this, he really hit me.
He wasn't expecting for the teacher.
Teacher pulled the Chris
swing on him.
Tucker. Which one of y'all kicked?
Because during the fight, some other kids jumped in and swung and hit him. And so once it was all broken up, and the teacher was standing there like, all right, now who else hit me? Who else?
Not me.
Who else hit me? Him. Who else hit me?
Him.
So now the thought is, John, you're saying, if you're the teacher, fuck that kid, I'm beating his ass.
If you square up on me, call me all types of racial epithets in my class.
He threw something at him, didn't he?
He threw a basketball at him.
Yeah, it's showtime.
I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm beating your kid's ass.
Here's my thing. If you throw a basketball
and I want all the smoke. Come up to the school and holler at me.
To me,
I'm gonna beat your ass too.
Once you throw, it could be anything. You throw a basketball at me, you already feel like I'm not gonna do nothing. So what's stopping you from doing something and picking up something else and throwing it at me?
Right, exactly.
So once he was cool. We threw the basketball at him. He was cool. He ain't say shit. It wasn't until he kept yapping off at the mouth like, yeah, you ain't gonna do shit.
Now, I didn't see
I
didn't see in the video.
Right.
Showtime.
I didn't see in the video the kid throwing the basketball. That must have been like early.
It's like a close up. Whoever got the camera is close up. He got the ball like this, and he like did one of these moves at him. So you already disrespecting me. We not hooping. So you actually throwing the ball at me, trying to punk me. And the problem is the kids. The problem is this: the kid, whatever. I don't know what happens at home, but he got in front of his people and figured, oh, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show out on this nigga. And he threw the ball at him. When he threw the ball at him, and everybody more like, he feeling himself at that time. And the teacher doing what teacher's supposed to do. I'm not just going to haul off and hit your ass. So the more the teacher is trying to take the big role, the more the student feel like I got rope to pull and keep wanting, no, you ain't going to do this until that light went off and, hey, it's done. But
is there a boundary? I mean, should there...
If you throw something at me, the boundary is crossed.
Like, okay. So it's escalated to this point where you have thrown some shit at me. That gives me full right to fire on you.
Here's my thing. Okay, so let's say you a teacher and the student throws a pen top. It's just a pen top. What's gonna stop you from throwing something else? You've already took something and physically said, I'm going to hit you with this.
He's 64 years old.
Yeah, and he probably thought he could punk him.
Dude, think about what that man had been through as a 64-year-old black man.
Yes.
He's had enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let this young whippersnapper here talk this shit to me.
Child abuse and causing. Okay, so Marston Riley, 64, was taken into custody on suspicion of child abuse and causing great bodily injury to a child. The incident occurred at Maywood Academy High School in Maywood, California. His bail was set at $50,000, but online records indicated he was out of custody and was bonded out. LA County Sheriff's Department said the case was being turned over to the Special Victims Bureau, which will handle the investigation. The cell phone video showed a teacher punching the student before it escalated. The two were seen going across the room before the teacher grabbed the student and struck him with the object believed to be a cell phone. Students in the classmate were heard yelling in the background. A few students tried to break it up. The fight allegedly started after the teacher dismissed the student from class after they didn't wear the right uniform. However, the student returned and began cursing and yelling racial slurs at the teacher. The incident escalated after a basketball was thrown at the teacher. A student who was in the classroom at the time told CBS Los Angeles he was scared for the student and the teacher. It was just back and forth, and then the teacher just decided to throw a punch, and that's when everything happened.
See, I don't like the way they put that out there. It was back and forth until he decided. You already threw a basketball at me, and you steady in my face. See, they ain't leaving that part out. he's steady in his face talking shit to him. At some point, regardless of the situation, you got to be wondering, one, did this kid bring a weapon? Two,
Okay, so
why does he keep approaching me? And three, if I prolong this, for how long before he decides to do something else physically of harm to me?
all right, so here's let me play the Justice League on this one and say what they're going to do is, regardless if this kid threw a basketball at him or not, there was time in between the basketball being thrown and this teacher throwing the punch to allow this to be diffused in a manner just as walking away.
He did.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he walked away, and the student
He
continued.
practically begged that boy
And the student
to leave
continued
him alone.
He steady walked up on him
Okay.
talking about, come on, nigga, this and this. I'm telling you, the problem is...
I think the way they're going to take it is the way this is probably going to end up getting spun. And it's sad to say that this is the way they're going to end up spinning it, but I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that they go in defense of this kid because of the fact of this teacher was not counter punching. This teacher threw the first punch.
That's a counter punch, and you threw the basketball at me.
No.
I'm defending myself.
No, you're not defending yourself at this moment because at this moment he is not swinging at you.
You threw something at me, though.
No, at this moment of me swinging, okay, me and you in the
Okay,
fight.
so you say like,
You threw something at me. That started us to be in here. I've walked away. You keep coming back here. But
Right.
I swing on you first. You didn't start swinging at me to make me swing at you. You see what I'm saying? This is a child versus a 64-year-old man. So they're going to take it and rule for this kid. I'm willing to bet dollars. It's fucked up. It sounds stupid. It's really sound retarded. But I'm willing to bet they end up going for the side of this kid because of the fact of when this teacher threw a punch, this kid was not in the process of throwing a punch or fully threatening them. I'm willing to bet.
I think you threatened me when you threw the basketball.
You think you threatened.
in reality, but what he's saying is right in the court. In the court, they're 9 times out of 10 they're gonna side for the kid.
They are.
But in the real world we live in, I feel like the teacher is correct. But
I feel
he's
like
probably gonna pay he's gonna take a charge for that one. I don't think he'll do no time. He might get probation.
He might get probation.
He probably ain't
lose
gonna be
his
able to
job.
teach no more.
No, yeah,
He'll never be able to
And see,
teach
that's the
again.
part that's
and that's
fucked up
fucked
to
up.
me.
Yeah,
I didn't do shit to you.
right.
Even if we had words, there was no reason for the kid to approach you that close, chest to chest, for anything. You know what I'm saying? Even if the kid, let's say the teacher was in complete wrong, he was gonna write him up or detention, whatever. That doesn't cause the kid to approach you in front of the class, toe to toe on anything. And then
that,
for you to throw the ball at me, it's like that's a punk move.
that's it's blatant disrespect.
Blatant
And that's the
disrespect.
thing. Teachers don't get paid enough.
So okay,
No, they
okay. So
are-
back to your question: if he throws the ball at him and his initial reaction is reach out, and slap a shot of him,
There you have it.
which to me is still fucked up because a punch is a punch based upon the first action.
He threw
of
some shit
breaking
at
the boundary.
he threw some shit at me, and I took that as he threw some shit at me, and my response to him throwing and assaulting me with a basketball was to punch him right
But
then
see,
and
my
there.
thing is, if you throw
He's
something at
threatening
me,
my life. I didn't
back up off
I
you.
didn't know what was coming behind him throwing that basketball, so I had to defend myself.
Eh,
That's almost okay. If a person pulls a gun, all right, you pull yours also. All right. You can shoot and unload because now this person has like a literally threatening weapon, especially if they're raising it to shoot at you. You see what I'm saying? Just like with a police officer, even though they slide on a bunch of different shit just because they see or hear the word gun. But it's one thing for a person to have it. It's another thing for a person to point and aim like they're about to use it. So this kid, had he thrown the basketball and then as soon as that basketball was thrown, he retaliated with a punch, that's one thing. But if there was separation, there was time to get away, he could have walked out of the classroom and got some other authorities and brought them in. He could have went and like got like the higher up or principal or something to come and get this kid, or could have walked out and called the police while he was still in the room. He could have did a bunch of different things. But besides just taking the space,
So and so I know somebody who said they got into disagreement in a grocery store, right?
Right.
They was with their peoples, and somebody behind them decided to jump in. They conversation, it was between him and his mother, and they was talking, and the guy was like, "You shouldn't talk to your mother like that." You know, this is how they talk. There's no disrespect. He's like, "Yo, we minding our own business. You know, chill."
Right.
This dude wanted to continue talking. So they get into it. So he said, "I'm gonna walk off." So he walks off, and the dude follows him through the store. He goes this aisle, and he said, "Yo, this dude, I make one more left, and he behind me, I'ma swing." He made one more left. Dude walked up on him. Bow.
He was following me.
Right. So when
I don't know what you following me for.
Everybody like, cops come. They take a look and they watch the videotape, and they like, "Well, you in the right, so no charges." I feel like this the same situation.
The difference is a kid.
Okay, so let's say this. Let's say take the okay, I get it.
That's the whole aspect.
They get into it. He feel like I'm gonna go tell this motherfucker what. He runs up to him face to face, toe to toe. He throw the ball at him. Teacher like he ain't do shit. He walks away. He steady walking up on him. He steady tell, hey, don't do shit. Kid take out a pocket knife, cut his ass up. Then he slaps shot of him and fucks the kid up. Then what happens?
He good. Because the kid cut.
The kid tried to cut.
But see, my thing is, once you approach me like that and you did this, I've given you all the leeway. When I walked away,
yeah, see that, but see that on the street and in the hood, and nobody having to be the outside third party decide and vote on this shit. That shit matters. But when you got somebody else that's got to come in and look at this shit, well, you could have did this or you could have did that.
See, that's where the problem comes in. The fact of it is that kid should have never approached him like he was about to do something.
He shouldn't.
That's what it all come down to.
He shouldn't have.
Now, if the teacher would have just hauled off when he just walked up and like, hey, and slapped shot him right in his day, okay, you wrong. But I've allowed you to stand in this space confrontationally for whatever reason, and once he threw that ball, everything was off. Like there was no more this. And then after you even tell him, chill.
I agree with you,
begging him to chill.
Scared, and I agree with you, but in court, he's wrong.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. But it's just fucked up.
It is.
Yeah,
that's why I would never be a teacher. Because it ain't worth it. Mm-mm. So I get, what, $40,000 a year? Some kid calling me a bitch ass nigga?
And then, okay, so
exactly.
And then so let's say he go to another school and they like, oh, that's old boy. And then it become a trend.
Well, that's why I say he can't teach no more.
So now somebody else like, oh, I got a problem. Let me go ahead and talk to this nigga right in front of everybody. Then you got the situation again. Because it's happened one time, it's going to wait for another somebody to be like, yo, I'm about to go stand up and bark at dog. So now you got all these kids keep saying this, and he ain't going to do shit.
Yeah, so he can't teach no more.
It's all fucked up.
No, he can't. But, I mean, there is a, what's it called, GoFundMe out for the teacher. People
he
have
made $100,000.
Yeah, he's made $100,000 off of the stuff, and, you know, it's sad to see it come down. I'm hoping
I slap the shit out of somebody's kid for $100,000.
I'm hoping that in some way, or most of that's gonna go to legal fees anyway. That's probably all it went for. It's gonna go to legal fees because he's gonna be paying out the ass for whatever suit comes down. And if they rule out for the kid, because it's gonna go to court, and if they rule out for the kid, he gonna have to pay up.
Even when the kid
and ain't no GoFundMe.
He was still talking shit.
You said what?
Even when the kid got detained, when the more official
authorities came. Boy was?
I didn't see how old the kid is. It's
maybe 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah, I would say somewhere around in there. But he beat the brakes off of him. You going to hell? Nah. That's what he told him. But hey, more power to him. I pray that stuff works out for him. I pray that it goes kind of in his favor because I will look forward to seeing like this going in his favor because these kids are getting out of fucking hand. But I'm willing to bet, I'm very willing to bet that they're going to, one, try to dig up and crucify this man as much as possible and allow this kid.
I don't think it'll go like that. I think he'll probably
maybe I'm thinking them placing this on a much higher level.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's too much of this liberal Democrat.
I think he'll get probation and that's it. He'll get a slap on the wrist. But he'll never teach again.
It's too much of this political shit going on right now to make it think like, oh, everything is going to be handled this way. They're going to crucify him like he Bill Cosby. He's not. I don't even remember the guy's name.
Had he slapped the shit out of a Caucasian child,
then they would have shot his ass. What you're saying is
he
would have been Harambe.
He would have
that nigga would have been Harambe.
If that had been if his name had been Todd and he was drinking kombucha, he would slap the shit out and they'd have locked him under the jail.
Yes, exactly. Black man explodes on white teen
while he was eating a bagel with smoked salmon.
This is so wrong. This is so. I am appalled.
He slapped his latte out.
His latte all over the room.
When he slapped him, it sounded like
he
vinyl.
He slapped the pumpkin spice out of him.
Hey man, fuck pumpkin spice, man.
Hey, wait, pumpkin spice is dope.
No, man.
It is.
No,
it's good.
I'm good.
Yeah, pumpkin spice latte, you ain't living life.
See, that's that Novi shit.
No, it ain't.
Yeah,
dude, I worked at Starbucks for 10 years, so the pumpkin spice latte is actually good. I'm telling you, if I brought y'all pumpkin spice latte, you'd be like, damn, this shit good, motherfucker. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. If I put some grass in it, Skids will like it. That bullshit he be putting on Facebook.
Hey man, listen.
Yeah, let's dedicate a segment to the garden segment. And you still fat. What are you sprinkling? Are you sprinkling like lard on the vegetables before you eat it?
That shit good.
Because you still fat.
That shit
it ain't
good,
dog.
It's not.
Dog. They are scrambling vegetables and putting it on rice.
Yes.
Oh, they not.
Yes, they are.
No, they not.
Skids, I know what sauteed vegetables look like, my nigga.
It's the seasoning in it.
What seasoning put on it?
See, where?
Curry?
Yeah, one of the dishes I get got curry in it.
Dishes.
Nigga,
them ain't dishes.
That's some shit.
Nigga, you don't order. Coney Island don't have dishes, my nigga.
They don't. Just like they don't have green beans.
They got food, nigga. That's food. That ain't a dish. That's food.
It's a dish.
They got a plate.
It's a dish.
So they cook all the nutrients and everything out of the food. And then
that's why he's still fat. Because they cook everything out the goddamn.
You ever went to like Boston Market?
If you overcook it, yeah, but it's not overcooked though.
What the fuck is that?
What is that?
My phone.
Oh, your ringtones be trash as fuck. But yeah, if you were married, I question your shit because of these ringtones. But first of all, they cooking your vegetables on the same grill that they cooking them nasty ass hot dogs and meat and shit. Yes, do you tell them to clean the grill up?
Yeah.
You're a liar.
You a liar.
I can tell by the look on your face.
You a liar. What Coney Island is actually going to like? You said what? You want me to do what, nigga? You said you want me to do what to my grill?
The same grill they cooking them hamburgers and hot dogs. They sauteing your garden, nigga.
Right, exactly. So your shit is seasoned
nasty.
with
That's
meat.
why you still fat. Because they cooking your vegetables in meat grease, nigga.
No, because if you tell them,
they're not cleaning the grill off the Coney for you.
It's cross-contamination.
What Coney Island? Does this magic shit that you talking about?
Where is this magical place?
It should be in
Oz. We ain't ask you what it should be. Where?
Any Coney.
You're a liar.
I mean, because any typical Coney has they can cook.
Coney's don't have vegan options.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
The place out in Royal Oak, they got vegan options.
Royal Oak.
First of all, ain't no Coney in Royal Oak, nigga.
It is.
Yeah, but it ain't the Coney.
It's a spot in Royal Oak.
I know, but it ain't Coney.
I win. You said ain't none, so that's one.
It's vegan Coney dogs.
Boom, I win that. So what we?
I ate them. I tried them, and no, I ain't the real shit.
You had a Coney dog?
Yeah, I thought this shit was dope.
You can't go on 7 Mile to a Coney and say, "Hey, I need a veggie stir fry." But my nigga, I need you to clean the grill first.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. On what street?
McNichols.
Oh, 6 Mile, nigga? Oh, you changed. You have changed. I don't want to talk to this nigga no more. Put my microphone up. This nigga said McNichols. Dog, stop talking to me, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for being tuned in to Volcano Underground Radio. Yeah, that's how that went.
Wait. Minnesota Timberwolves trade Jimmy Butler to Philadelphia 76ers.
Nice.
That's big for them.
For who? Who they trading for?
For Robert Covington and Dario Saric.
So they're able to keep their team. And
ladies and gentlemen, while we talk about this, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. See y'all next week. We'll be back. Make sure you can stay tuned in with some more. Actually, you know what? We won't be back next weekend because that's the day. Cody Stage Fright and Volcano and the new radio stand to be on stage live that night. So, we'll be in preparation of that. So, yeah. Feel free to come on out there and
Thanksgiving weekend, I won't be here.
Yeah, so you might as well.
We'll see you bitches in December.
Yep, we'll see y'all. So, for myself, Volcano, John, Skiz, look up as a fire burning.
McNichols.
McNichols. Skiz McNichols. Look up as a fire burning way up in a mountain high. Look up in the steam smoker ashes. When the crater starts to blow and the lava starts to flow, then you will surely know it is a volcano. Oh yeah. See y'all next week. Peace.